So hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. I'm Yashovardhan Mishra, your friend and your GA mentor. So guys, in today's session we are going to cover the weekly current affairs, and the week we are targeting is 1st of September till 7th of September. Alright, so let's start the session. So the first news is we are starting with the national news, okay? And the first news is Cabinet approved 1500 crore incentive scheme to promote critical mineral recycling. Okay. Now, before reading this news, we should know about the National Critical Mineral Mission of India. National Critical Mineral Mission of India. What does this mission say? What are its objectives? So basically, it started in the year 2025. Okay, and it aims to build self-reliance in the critical mineral sector, right? And how we can become self-reliant? Through exploration, through recycling, through stockpiling, like this. Okay, and government has provided a corpus of 16,300 crore rupees for this particular mission. Okay, and apart from this, they expect around 18,000 crore worth of investment, right, from the different PSUs. So these are some static facts about the National Critical Mineral Mission. Now let's see the news. Before news, let's see the question. So the Union Cabinet approved a 1500 crore incentive scheme under the National Critical Mineral Mission to promote recycling capacity from secondary sources. The scheme will run for how many years? Okay, so I've already told you it started from 2025 and it will run till 2030-31. So correct answer is, let's see the news in detail. So this is the mission. The scheme will run for 6 years, 2025-26 to financial year 2031. Okay, so 6 year is the correct answer. Now, do you know what are the critical minerals? Do you know some of the names? So basically, critical minerals, there are around 30 critical minerals. Okay, there are 30 minerals which are categorized as critical. Okay, beryllium is one of that, cobalt, copper, gallium, like this, there are 30. Okay, so please remember this thing. And in the Minerals and Mines Development Act, there are 24 minerals which are listed. Got it? So please remember this thing. What are the things you have to remember? The scheme duration, right? And what all the things will be covered in the recycling part? E-waste, lithium ion battery. Lithium ion battery is used where? In your mobile phone, in your laptops, right? And catalytic converter from end of life vehicles. So all the EVs, okay, that will also be recycled. Got it? So these are the things which you have to remember, the static part as well as the current part. Is it okay? Clear? Chalo. Very good, very good. Next is India's first vulture conservation portal launched in Assam. Now, before moving ahead, you should know that the Indian vulture, okay, as per the IUCN categorization, they are categorized as critically endangered species. Okay, so let's see the news. So, question is, where was India's first dedicated vulture conservation portal? The Vulture Network launched in September 2025. So, Guwahati, Assam is the correct answer. Okay. So, the first vulture portal, conservation portal is located in, started in Guwahati, Assam. First keyword. Okay. And that's, what are the second thing which you have to remember? It is cloud based platform. Okay. Which will help in research and other things. Right. So, remember this thing. And which type of vulture they are going to conserve? Slender billed vulture. Okay, only 800 of them are left. That is the condition. Now remember one thing, why the vulture population is so much endangered. The reason means the vulture, they eat basically all the dead and decay plants, animals. Okay, now one of their major diet is their dead chickens from the poultry, and these chickens are fed with antibiotics. And these antibiotics, one of the major thing is diclofenac, which is a type of painkiller. Okay, so when these chicken dies na, and when the vulture eat this thing, this diclofenac, what it do is, it due to diclofenac, the kidneys of these vultures, they get fed, and that's why they are dying in large numbers, right? So only 800 mature build vultures are there, rest are all dead. That's why the conservation is important. Okay, chalo, so Guwahati is the correct answer. Next is PM Narendra Modi launches Bihar Rajya Jivika Nidhi Sak Sahkari Sangh Limited to empower women entrepreneurs. Okay, so the name is also very long and the short form is also very long. So who inaugurated? Narendra Modi ji. Where? In Bihar. Bihar is very important. Why? The recent Bihar election is also coming. So all the new schemes will be started in Bihar only. Okay, so let's see the purpose of this particular scheme. So this scheme BRJ and SSL started in Bihar. Okay, what is the purpose? Purpose is to provide affordable credit to the rural women entrepreneurs and the self-help groups. Okay, and they have provided a seed capital of 105 crore. And government of Bihar is going to provide 1000 crore rupees. Right? So please remember this thing. The name of the scheme BRG and SSL. It is for Bihar. The purpose is to provide credit access to the rural women entrepreneurs and the self-help groups. 105 crore from Government of India and 1000 crore from the Government of Bihar. Three things you have to remember for this particular news. Got it? Chalo. Next is APEDA launched Bharti initiative to support 100 agri-food startups. So what is APEDA? APEDA is basically Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Department Development Authority. Okay, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. Right. For example, agricultural product is what? Wheat. Processed food is what? The wheat flour. Right. So the export promotion of these product, APEDA is the organization, and APEDA was formed in the year 1985. It is a statutory body. Okay, it was formed through the APEDA Act of 1985 and it comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Right? Chalo. So which authority launched the Bharti initiative to boost Indian agri-food export? So correct answer is APEDA. Let's see the news. So first keyword is the Bharti initiative. Okay. Second keyword is what? To promote what? To promote and support 100 agri-food and agriculture tech startups. How many? 100. And they have a target to achieve 50 billion US dollar agri-food export by 2030. Right? So one, two, three things you have to remember. Bharti 100 tech startup supports and 50 billion US dollar target by 2030. Got it? Chalo. Next is India joins Health AI GRN to strengthen oversight of AI in healthcare. Okay. So India joined the Health Artificial Intelligence Global Regulatory Network. In short, it is known as Health AI GRN. Where was the agreement signed? London, New York, New Delhi, and Singapore. So let's see the news in detail. So the Health AI GRN Global Regulatory Network. This agreement was signed in New Delhi, right? And from India, it was represented by ICMR and India AI, India Artificial Intelligence Mission also, right? Please remember this thing. Less important news, okay? But remember this few name also here. Kavita Bhatia, she is the CEO of India AI Mission, right? So two things you have to remember: the location, the members involved, and the organization. Okay. So basically, it is a collaborative platform. This Global Health AI, Global Regulatory Network, it is a collaborative platform for health regulators worldwide. Okay. Less important news. Just remember the venue. Next is 20th Global Sustainability Summit held in New Delhi. Acha, before moving, how many of you can tell me how many sustainable development goals we have? Let me give you one quick way to remember at least the top four SDGs: poverty, hunger, health, education, PHEE. Okay, so you are going to tell me how many sustainable development goals we have. So the 20th Global Sustainability Summit was held in which city? So let's see the news in detail. What all the things you have to remember. First of all, the summit was organized in New Delhi. Number one keyword. Second thing you have to remember is the theme. Theme is reimagining sustainability, resilient, regenerative, and responsible. Just remember reimagining sustainability, RRR. Okay. You don't have to remember how many delegates have participated. Okay. So just remember this thing. Okay. Chalo. So New Delhi is the correct answer. Next is India's current account deficit reduced to $2.4 billion in first quarter of 26 financial year 26 as per the RBI data. Before moving ahead to the news, first understand what is current account deficit. These are some static things which you should know. So again, it is a part of what? The balance of payment. Okay, it is a part of balance of payment. It basically records what? Current account deficit record what? What is the amount of transaction or the value of transaction in goods services have been taken place? Okay, right? So it includes all export, imports, and transfers, remittances like these. Okay. For example, if our exports are more, exports value is more, and import value is less, it means we are in current account surplus. But if we reverse the situation, if our import are more, exports are less, it becomes what? It becomes a deficit situation, which we call it as current account deficit. So it includes the export imports of goods, services, and the transfers, right? So please remember this thing. So it includes the component of current account deficit. Basically, it includes first is trade balance of goods, like your products, okay, trade balance of services, right, and your transfers, foreign investment, dividends, interest payments, remittances, all these things forms the part of current account deficit. If more money is coming inside India, it means we are in surplus. If more money is leaving India, we are in deficit. Okay, so why India is in deficit? The major reason is we import a lot of oil and gold, right? And our exports are weak due to global slowdown. Because of this, we are in deficit. So India current account deficit for first quarter of financial year 26 stood at how much? So let's see the news. So for the first quarter, it was how much? So 2.4 billion US dollar. Okay, please remember this thing. This is just for the first quarter. Okay, is it clear? And if I talk about the percentage of GDP, it is around 0.2% of GDP of India, right? So please remember this thing. So if we talk, the net FDI inflows were 5.7 billion, NRI deposit was 3.6 billion, and forex rose to 4.5 billion dollar. But our merchandise trade widened. Okay, 68.5 billion dollar, and especially we have a huge trade deficit with China. And if you talk with USA, we are in a trade surplus with USA. We are exporting more to USA than importing from it. But from China, the story is reversed. Okay, chalo. Next is highlights of the 56th GST Council meeting held in New Delhi. So the 56th GST Council meeting approved a new GST structure of how many main slabs. This is the very important news. You have to remember this thing. Earlier we were having how much? 0%, 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. Four slabs were there. Now it has been reduced to only 5% and 18%. These are known as next generation GST reforms. Only two slab structure will be there. Also, there will be a demerit rate of 40%, which will include the sin goods and the luxury items. Sin goods means your cigarettes, alcohol, these are the things. Okay. Now the household items, they have, for example, GST on milk, paneer, bread, they have been cut to nil. Education products like pencil, notebook, again 0%, right? And 33 life-saving drugs and diagnostic kits have been reduced to zero slab. So these are some of the good things we are going to get. The things are going to become a little bit cheaper. Okay. Now, can you relate it with demand and supply? Can it lead to inflation or demand side supply side constraint in future? Chalo, if you don't know about these things, so I have covered the entire unit of inflation on YouTube under the SBI CBO playlist. You can go and watch that to have a better understanding what would be the impact of all these things. Chalo. Next is National Payment Corporation of India raised per UPI transaction limits to 5 lakhs and cumulative limits for 24 hours to 10 lakh rupees. First, understand what is NPCI. NPCI is National Payment Corporation of India. It is basically the umbrella organization for all the retail digital payments. Okay, it is formed in 2008. It is a not-for-profit company. Okay, and it is promoted by RBI and Indian Bank Association. Please remember this thing. Okay. Now, all the digital transactions, all the different types of fund transfer like card-based payment, Aadhaar enabled payment, toll connections, right? Everything is controlled by NPCI. Some of the major products controlled by RBI, NPCI is UPI, IMPS, Rupee card, AEPS, Aadhaar enabled payment system, Bharat bill payment system, right? FASTag, everything is controlled by, looked after by NPCI. So let's see the question. As per NPCI September 2025 revision, the UPI limit for tax payment is fixed at how much? So for tax payment, the limit has increased to 5 lakh rupees. Let's see the news, then we'll see the answer. So it is going to be effective from 15th of September. First thing you have to remember, tax payment limit has been increased to 5 lakh rupees per transaction, right? For merchant categories, it has been raised to 10 lakh rupees. The per transaction and daily transaction limit raised to 10 lakh rupees. But the person to person transfer is still unchanged at 1 lakh rupees. 5, 10, 1. Tax payment 5, merchant category 10 lakh, and P2P is still 1 lakh rupees per day. Just remember these things. Okay? Chal. Next is RBI imposes 44 lakhs monetary penalty on Bandhan Bank. Now, if you know the function of RBI had two type of function. One is the quantitative control and second is the qualitative control. So, under the qualitative control, RBI has the power to impose penalty. Okay. So, in August 2025, RBI imposed penalty of 44 lakhs on which bank for regulatory non-compliance. So, correct answer is Bandhan Bank. Let's see the news. What is the reason? Reason is non-compliance with statutory and regulatory norms. Okay. Payment of commission to certain employees and failure to record audit trails. 44 lakh rupees fine, and it has been provided under the Banking Regulation Act of 1949 under section 10. Okay, so please remember this thing. Three things you have to remember. Next is NSO quarterly estimates India's GDP grew 5-quarter high of 7.8% in the first quarter of financial year 26. Again, very data driven news. Okay, just remember the data for the time period. Whenever you remember any kind of data, please remember the time period also. Okay, so India's real GDP growth rate in first quarter of financial year 26 was estimated at how much percent by NSO? Now, what is real GDP and what is nominal GDP? These are the two types of GDP. See, for the current years, for example, in 2025, if I am selling 1000 pen and one pen cost is, let's say, 20 rupees. So into 20, the nominal GDP would be 20,000 rupees. Okay. Real GDP, it basically calculates from a base year. Okay. It does not take into account the effect of inflation. But in nominal GDP, effect of inflation is there. For example, if the pen cost suddenly increase to 40 rupees, the nominal GDP will become 40,000 rupees. That is the major difference. So, NSO, which comes under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, they have released the GDP forecast for first quarter of financial year 26, showing 7.8% real GDP growth rate. Okay, so please remember this thing, right? And gross fixed capital formation, it means how much investor demand is going. Okay, it is up by 7 point. There are so many of data, just remember this thing. No need to read these things right now because they're not going to ask these. Okay, GDP they might ask you. All right, chalo. Otherwise, real GDP, what is gross value addition, and everything we have covered in the basics class. If you don't know, go and watch the basic class. That would be easy for you to understand them. At least you should know what is the difference between GDP, GNP, national income, all these things. GDP, GNP, these are these are the aggregates of national income. Okay, chalo. Next is defense related news. India US joint military exercise Yuddh Abhyas begin in Alaska, USA. So for any military exercise, just remember the venue, the name of countries, and the edition if it is possible. So edition is 21st, countries is India and US, venue is USA, Alaska. Okay. So these are the things, but how many things we have to remember? Name of the exercise Yuddh Abhyas. Okay. Countries are India, USA. It is a joint military exercise, right? The edition is 21st, and where it was happened? Alaska. Only four things you have to remember. Rest, this is not at all required. This is a waste of your time. That's why I cut it. Okay. Chalo. Next is Cognizant CEO Ravi Kumar featured in 2025 Time 100 AI list of world most influential people in AI. So, which Indian origin executive included in the Time 100 AI person list? So, correct answer is your Ravi Kumar Singhi Setti. Okay, he is the CEO of Cognizant. So just remember the name, the position, that's it, and in which list he has been presented. All right, chal. Next is Thailand's cabinet appointed Phumtham Vechai as acting prime minister. So who has been appointed as the acting prime minister? Phumtham Vengachai, right? So before him, it was Pengtoram Shinawatra, right? Very difficult names, है ना? But he was removed from the PM post by Constitutional Court ruling. So just for the acting PM is Phumtham Vengachai. Just remember the name. That's it. Next news is Arundhati Roy launches her memoir Mother Mary Comes to Me in Kerala. So, what is the title of Arundhati Roy's first memoir released in 2025? Mother Mary Comes to Me. So, see, Arundhati Roy, she's a very famous writer. Okay, in 1997, she won the Booker Prize. Okay, for which book? The God of Small Thing. The God of Small Thing. Please remember this name. Okay, she has won other prizes also. So just remember, first memoir of Arundhati Roy is Mother Mary Comes to Me. Okay, and she released in Kerala. That's it. So I have given some information about Arundhati Roy also, right? Next is Israel launched spy satellite OFEC-19 to expand its surveillance capability throughout Middle East. Israel is doing whatever it wants, है ना? They are just spying on the other countries engaged in war. So what is the name of the new spy satellite of Israel? Let's see the news in detail. So first of all, country involved is Israel. Satellite name is OFEC-19. What is the purpose? The purpose is basically it is a high resolution surveillance satellite. Three things you have to remember. Okay. It is a low Earth orbit. Low Earth orbit means height from the surface of Earth is around 500 kilometers. Got it? Rest you don't have to remember who has designed it and other. OFEC-19. Three keywords you have to remember from this entire news. Next is RRI develops Pratyush to detect cosmic dawn signals. So which institute developed Pratyush, a radiometer to detect 21 centimeter hydrogen signal from cosmic dawn? So it is Raman Research Institute. Okay. So the institute is Raman Research Institute. It comes under Departments of Science and Tech. And they have developed what? Pratyush. It is a radiometer. Right? And what is the purpose of this Pratyush? Is to study the formation of first stars and galaxies. You don't have to remember that technology. This is very technical part. They are not going to ask in your exam. Okay. Two things you have to remember: Pratyush and its objective and who developed it. That's it. Next, India clinches 2020 SAFF Under 17 Women Championship title in Bhutan. Football Championship in Bhutan Under 17. India has won and they have defeated Nepal 5-0. Okay. So India won Nepal, defeating Nepal 5-0. The event was taking place in Bhutan, right? Just remember this thing. You don't have to remember this. Okay, chal. Achha, apart from this, you also have to remember that India has won the Asia Cup of Hockey, which was recently held in Rajgir, Bihar. Okay. And you are going to tell me India has defeated which country to won the Asia Hockey Cup title? Next is obituary. Renowned Italian fashion designer Giorgio Armani passed away at 91. So I believe you all have heard of the brand called Armani. Okay, so there is Giorgio Armani, the person on the name which the entire brand has been developed. Okay, very expensive fashion brand. Okay, so the late fashion legend Giorgio Armani was popularly known as Don Giorgio, Re Giorgio, El Mastro, King of Milan. So correct answer. Let's see the news. है ना? So he is also known as nicknamed Re Giorgio, King Giorgio. All right. So just remember this thing. That's it. No need to remember every other stuff. Okay. Just remember the name. Right. So it's Re Giorgio, King Giorgio is the name. Got it? So guys, this was it for the 1st of September to 7th of September. All the important, the major important MCQs and all the news for your exam point of view. I hope you have enjoyed the session. If you have enjoyed it, do like the session. Give your comments also. All right. Give me the rating. I'm expecting 5 star from all the students who are watching. Right. Even the recorded mode. Right. Chalo. I'll see you in the next session, guys. Till then, have a great day and Jai Hind.